Tennessee Valley, Huntsville in particular, is very much dependent on the aerospace industry, and certainly recent decisions in Washington have had a tremendous impact on the future of the aerospace industry in the Tennessee Valley. Do you see any future in aerospace apart from federal government projects for the future of aerospace in the Tennessee Valley? Is there anything apart from defense projects?
Well, there is. We are going to be the center for research and development for all rotorcraft. And so our Top Gun helicopter pilots are in here now. We're doing that sort of research and development. We'll be equipping and selling to our international allies helicopters and aerospace products all over the world. So it has a huge, huge future here. Unmanned aerial vehicles have a huge future. And so we are the center of that here. And even though our administration has cut our ground-based mid-course missile defense and are trying to gut the Marshall space flight or manned space flight, we still have a huge future here. The suggestions that the government is making in the form of the Obama budget is going to be pushed back on very, very hard. And in the final analysis, we're going to do a lot better than Obama wants us to do, because his suggestions for budget cuts in aerospace are met with stony, cold silence in the Congress on both sides of the aisle. And he is lowering Americans' expectations for their military, and we're rejecting that. And so I think aerospace has a big, big future. We're seeing it every day here as far as what's coming in, the jobs that are coming in, and how we're preparing for that. So I think it's a big future.
Let me touch this on a personal level. My dad retired as an engineer over on Redstone Arsenal. He was an electrical engineer. My oldest son, Jay, is a mechanical engineer, also employed on the Arsenal. And then my youngest son, Thomas, I'm an Alabama fan, but my money goes to Auburn, as the old saying goes. He's a senior-to-be in aerospace engineering. So I am personally vested in trying to make sure that we have jobs in the Tennessee Valley that are related to aerospace. But having said that, this issue really is broken down into two parts. There is the big picture. Are we going to have the money for these things? And then the sub-part of that big picture is, okay, if we're going to have the money for these different aspects of aerospace, whether it be the unmanned aerial vehicles or the helicopters, rotorcraft, or ballistic missile defense or Constellation, where are those programs going to be located? And so my biggest concern, quite frankly, is the big picture. The balanced budget deficit that we face, the budget deficit that we face is putting a lot of things at risk that we are accustomed to enjoying as a nation. National defense, it's at risk because of the shift from national defense to wealth transfer programs where people vote themselves a living rather than work for it. You've got NASA, to a large degree, it is at risk, again, because we're spending so much money that we don't have on giveaways, rather than things that actually are productive in our society. And so we've got a huge fight there to make sure that we get our financial house in order, that we have elected to the United States Congress people who have the backbone to say no to these wealth transfer programs that we cannot afford, that are in competition with our national defense and NASA and other aerospace related programs. And then locally what we have to do is elect someone to the United States Congress who is able to protect Constellation, who is able to protect the Tennessee Valley's interest in all these different defense programs that over the years we have serviced so well.